Welcome aboard to the Oceaneers Podcast, your destination for all things travel. From Disney and Universal to beaches and cruising. It's a great, big, beautiful world out there. Let's get going.
Hello and welcome to the Oceaneers Podcast. This is Charles, Caribbean Chuck, here with Roller Coaster Robin.
Relaxing, Robin. Come on.
Relaxing Roller Coaster Robin. Relaxing on a roller coaster.
Yeah. Have you seen lately? There's been a whole thing on like social media of people doing weird stuff on these roller coaster photos.
Didn't we start that?
I know we did it several years ago, and it was so funny. But just yesterday, I saw somebody eating a bowl of cereal on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Okay, no, we didn't start that. Definitely not. Ugh,
I know. I don't think it was like milk, but he actually had a cereal box and a bowl, and he was dumping the cereal in as he was riding.
I hope they're
funny.
in the back because that would be awful for the people.
I don't think the box actually had anything in it, but it was funny.
It is funny. It's
yeah,
funny.
Really funny.
We did those where we were sleeping on them a few years ago.
Oh yeah, we did sleeping. We did like high-fiving and like pointing at each other and
Bad face, angry face.
And we had our eyes like hear no evil, see no evil kind of thing. That was funny.
Angry face.
Angry face. Yeah.
Passed out.
Well, I hope everybody has had a happy Independence Day if you celebrate, if you're here. If not, if you're abroad, thank you for joining us. I'm wearing my festive Mickey ears, you know.
For the 4th.
Gotta look the part.
In honor of the 4th.
In honor of the 4th and the fireworks and all that good stuff. Oh, glory.
We had a great 4th.
We did. We had a nice cookout and we had friends and family over and all that good stuff.
So anyway, this is also the first video edition of the Oceaneers Podcast, which may go terrible. Who knows? We're recording video as well as audio, which will be available on YouTube. Yes, you can now see this ugly mug as well as hear it. So we'll see how bad it is.
Yeah, you can see me pretty well, but I'm really white. Charles, however, is in the dark.
I have a nice tan.
He's in the dark.
I have a nice tan.
In the dark forest. All right.
So we're trying this out. We're going to see how it goes. So
it'd be nice to come to you every week with a nice podcast and a show. So we're going to try to do this and see how it works and get some feedback from you guys and let us know what you like about it and what we could do better.
So we did finally get to swim this week.
Yay, we did.
And we had a cookout.
We had a cookout. We had all kinds of yummy stuff.
All good things.
Caribbean Chuck is a master of the smoker and grill. So we had quite the tasty spread.
Applewood smoked chicken cordon bleu.
That was nice.
That was the star of the show by far.
Yes, we also had a nice pork shoulder, or I don't know why they call it both the pork shoulder and the butt at the same time.
Yeah, it's not a butt.
It's not a butt. It's a shoulder, but they
Boston butt.
A Boston butt.
And why is it from Boston?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure that the people of Boston are lovely people.
Did it take a walk in the botanical gardens?
Did it look for its khakis?
Well, we're so glad you guys are here with us.
So do we have news this week?
We always have news this week.
Well, let's go ahead and let's jump into the news.
Let's do it.
And now, the news. And there we are with the news. Go ahead and give us the news. Let us know what's going on this week.
Well, we've got a couple of different stories here. The first one is a speculation story. Dun, 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 dun. And it comes from none other than the Galactic Star Cruiser.
I did hear some stuff about that.
Yes, and
rumors.
While it's not official, this is not official. Speculation has been a buzz surrounding it this week.
From an unnamed source.
Yeah, we won't say any names. But anyway, they are pointing towards this Galactic Star Cruiser being rethemed as a normal resort that's Star Wars based.
That's what I heard as well.
Yes. So plans are to add a pool because if you didn't know, the Galactic Star Cruiser, I don't think you can swim in space technically. So they did not have a pool, but they are planning on maybe adding a pool. And the Galactic Star Cruiser has a direct link or a direct route from the hotel itself to Galaxy's Edge and Hollywood Studios. So they're trying to think of a way to incorporate that still and maybe include a ticket already in your stay price. This is a lot of stuff speculated. We don't know anything yet. We probably won't know for some time, but as soon as we do, it'll be here on Oceaneers Podcast.
I think that's a great idea. I mean, the building's there. They've spent a lot of money on it. There are Star Wars fans. I strictly think that the original problem with it was just price.
I agree with you.
If they get this down to a reasonable and even higher end of reasonable price, people will go.
Yes. If we get away from the $5-6 grand for 2 nights and make it more like a moderate or even a deluxe price, people will go because it's still not the astronomical price that it was or is. It's still open through later this year through the fall,
which you can still book for now.
Actually, it's sold out.
Is it sold out?
It is sold out.
Well, that just happened recently.
Wah. You cannot go on the Galactic Star Cruiser.
That recently just happened. Then
you can. If it's something that you definitely want to do, you can reach out to me. They do have cancellations. I'm sure at sometimes they have cancellations, and I can continue to monitor that and see if something does come up and come available for you. But as of now, there are not any available voyages, if you will.
So hopefully once they convert it, if they convert it, maybe we can attend it then. We were wanting to go on the Star Cruiser itself, but things change and stuff happens, and it's just not going to happen for us now. But hopefully that gets done and it gets changed and we can do something new.
Absolutely. We're huge Star Wars fans. We're huge Disney fans. To have
love Galaxy's Edge.
To have that together, was a great thing. And we really wanted to go to the Galactic Star Cruiser, but it just never was in the cards for us financially. So we'll see what happens.
All right. What else we got?
All right. Well, if you're listening to this on July 5th, starting today, if you are staying at a Disney resort, they're going to start sending you a new offer after you leave. And it is going to be for 7 days after you leave. It's a return resort future stay. And if you book that within 7 days, you get 25 to 35% off of a future stay.
That's pretty substantial.
That is pretty substantial. So now it's not something that you can access online at any of their booking avenues. You do have to call it in or have your agent call it in. If you don't have an agent, of course, hello, that's me. I can take care of that for you. But just be looking in your email. It'll come within, a few hours of your checkout day. And then you have exactly 1 week from your checkout day to take advantage of this offer.
And how far in the future can you book the offer to get it?
To my knowledge, you can book it as far out as
they go,
as they have available, which right now I think is through next year.
And you can make payments on it.
You sure can. Typically,
and you get the discount and make payments.
Yeah.
Well, that's
win-win.
Yeah, that's win-win.
Typically, you just have to put a deposit down, and then your entire stay needs to be paid off 30 days before you travel.
Okay, well that's
not too shabby.
You definitely want to go to Disney more than once. If you got kids, this is a great opportunity for you.
And I'm sorry, my nose is itching right on the edge. I keep scratching.
A nervous tick.
I'm not having a snack, I promise.
Nervous tick.
Nothing wrong with that either.
I also heard that there was some Coco K news this week.
Oh, gosh. You guys, if you've never been to Coco K, you need to jump on Royal just to go to Coco K. It's fantastic. But then the news this week, celebrity cruises are going to start calling on Coco K. Yes, you heard it right here at Oceaneers the podcast. Now, this is not going to start until next year. And right now, it's only two ships. Celebrity Beyond and the Celebrity Reflection will be visiting Coco Cay during their sailings. Now, I believe Celebrity Beyond are doing longer sailings, so 6, 8+ night cruises, and the Reflection will do the 3 to 4 night Bahamian cruises. And of course, Coco Cay is Royal Caribbean's private island in the Bahamas.
Well,
and it's fantastic.
Any chance you get to go to Coco Cay is a good day.
It
perfect
sure is.
day.
A perfect day at Coco Cay. It's perfect day.
Going there twice next year.
Perfect
I
day.
believe.
Yes, I can get through anything. I have 2 stops at Coco Cay next year. So life is good,
Yeah, Coco Cay is what they've done to that place is we went when it was Little Stirrup Key still. And
Little Stirrup Key.
It's just a completely different place now than it was then.
Yes, and it was beautiful then. And if you've been to any of the cruise lines, private islands in the Bahamas, if you've been to Half Moon or Great Stirrup Key or Ocean Key or Castaway Key, I mean, all of these, they're great. Lost Your Key.
Found your keys.
So yeah, I mean,
key to the city.
The reason we say perfect day Coco Cay is because it is kind of play on words. It's perfect day Coco Cay. But if you're just talking about the island in general, it is still Coco Cay. The actual pronunciation is like Car-Key, but it's Cay.
Well, there you go.
Learn a little something today.
Well, that's great for Celebrity. Celebrity's a good ship as well.
They are.
Good cruise line.
They are fantastic cruise line, a little more on the upper side of things. So if you're looking into like a party atmosphere with, lots of,
Celebrities, not it.
Drunken stupors happening, that's probably not for you. But if you're looking for more of a chill atmosphere with still great entertainment, then Celebrities wonderful.
And food. I'm always about the food.
Well, isn't that one of the big reasons why you go on a cruise is because your food is included?
For me, it is. I don't know about you.
All right. So those are our news stories this week.
So that's the main news stories this week.
That's the main news stories.
All right. So now we're going to get into the main topic.
Yes. The main topic this week is the 6 best cruise ships for families, in our opinion.
Best cruise ships for families.
Yes, these are 6 or more because there are some derivatives off of these, 6 that we're going to list. But definitely these are the ones you want to look for families. And when I say families, I mean families of younger children all the way up to teenagers. There's going to be something for everyone on this ship. So
okay,
these ships.
I would imagine that Disney is definitely on this list.
Well, you would think they would be because, Disney.
We want to start at number 6.
We're going to start at number 6. Now, I put these in some sort of order because, I like lists, but really you could interchange most of these. And some of these we don't know quite, as much about them yet, but we've experienced a lot of the things that these cruise ships have to offer or what they will offer. So we're going to start with number 6 and I'm going to put some pictures up here.
So let's start with number 6.
Number 6 is
Odyssey of the Seas.
Odyssey of the Seas.
Royal Caribbean.
Now, Odyssey of the Seas is just, it's a big ship. Now, it's not as big as the Oasis class or the new Icon class.
It's in the Ovation.
It's the Quantum class.
Quantum, that's what it was.
I about forgot my words here.
Ovation's one of the Quantum ships, so it is in there.
It is.
So Odyssey of the Seas, Quantum of the Seas.
You've got Odyssey, Anthem, Quantum, Spectrum. Which ones have I not said? Anyway, There's several of them, but Spectrum of the Seas was just made for the Asian market at current, so it's sailing Asian itineraries.
So what made you pick Odyssey instead of Ovation?
Odyssey actually has one of the highest ratings on Cruise Critic, TripAdvisor, online chat groups. I mean, everyone has nothing but good things to say about Odyssey. And Odyssey is the most recent of the Quantum class ships.
And they have that sky thing, the thing that takes you up in the sky.
They do. It's called the North Star.
North Star, yep.
Yes.
I remember that was a big deal when it first came out.
Yes, it is a mechanical arm that will take you up and out over the sides of the ship, where you can get a 360-degree view of your surroundings, whether you're in port or at sea. These do have to be reserved, so definitely look for that if you're going on one of these ships.
It probably fills up really quick.
It does fill up really quick, but Odyssey also has the iFly, which is a I forgot my words, like a skydiving simulator where you can feel like you're floating in the air, which is pretty
kind of
neat.
like indoor skydiving, but it's on a ship.
Yes. And a big thing, they have the Seaplex. Now, the Seaplex is where you're going to have all kinds of activities. You're going to have
that's a bumper cars.
They're going to have like dodgeball. There's also a video game studio where there's like Xbox and stuff. There's ping pong pool, all kinds of different things.
Because we can't even get the kids off Xbox when we're at sea anymore.
Well, I know families that have asked questions on forums and chat rooms that I've been a part of where they wonder how to hook them up in their room because they're bringing them on the ship. They're packing them in the suitcase. They're carrying them on and they're bringing them in. And
to each their own.
Yes.
You are welcome to feel that way. I am 100% against that.
Well, most of the kids clubs on board, especially for the older kids, do have Xboxes or PlayStations actually in the kids club, and they do have access to that when they go.
Yeah, I'm against that. I believe you need time away from the electronic.
But that's Caribbean Chuck, he likes to unplug.
I don't touch mine.
Puts it in the old safe, and that's all she wrote.
I want the sunlight. I want the pool. I want the drinks.
Yes. Royal Caribbean also has fantastic children's programs that you will see throughout most of their fleet. They have Royal Baby and Tots Nursery, so they can actually take care of your kiddos that are 6 to 36 months old. And it is
6 to 36 years old.
36 months? I didn't say years.
I know. I was thinking.
Well, maybe if you've got a 36-year-old baby. I mean, most of us do.
You did try to drop me off there last time.
But it does cost a little bit just because you're taking care of an infant, but it's only like $6 or $8 depending on when you drop them off. And then normal Adventure Ocean are for the kiddos 3 through 12 normally. And then they have kids, teen clubs above that, all kinds of different things. I mean, really.
And all the cruise lines have some sort of kids club type thing.
Yes.
That's good for all of them. So we're just speaking about this one because we're on this ship and we've experienced these firsthand. So Royal Caribbean does an excellent job with it. I'm sure they're all fantastic.
Yes. I would say we're partial to Royal. We've experienced more Royal ships than any other cruise line, definitely. We have the highest status on Royal Caribbean, so we get some free perks. But just overall, it fits our personality more. And with our children, it's just worked out that way to where we, like those amenities better. And of course, Coco K doesn't hurt.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
But we just love cruising in general. So
we have been on other cruise ships.
You put me in a tugboat and I'd be fine.
We have been on other cruise lines.
We have.
And we've enjoyed those as well. But you do, when you join these Crown and Anchor societies or the different clubs.
The VIFP or whatever, the Partners Norwegian. I mean.
You earn points. And after a while, it is very rewarding to stick with a brand.
It is. And I think that's partially why we've stuck with Royal. And We would continue to do so, even though we've branched out and done other lines, just because we do have those perks.
Okay, so number 6 on your list of best cruise lines for family is Odyssey of the Seas.
Yes.
All right, so moving on, number 5 on your list.
Number 5 on my list is the Norwegian Joy.
Yay, Norwegian Joy. I don't know anything about this ship at all.
Well, Norwegian Joy, there are other ships in this class, and they have, they have all kinds of amenities for kids and families. They're the new Norwegian class ships that have the go-karts. They have video games as well. And they also have basketball, laser tag, water slides. They have all kinds of stuff. They've got an aqua park, mini golf. I mean, there's just endless things. They also have kids clubs on Norwegian as well. I hear that it has excellent food. There's all kinds of markets that you can go to.
And this is the one with the go-karts.
Yes. So you got the Norwegian Joy. You've got the Encore. It's the Breakaway Plus class. So we haven't been on one of these ships just yet. But it does come very highly ranked as well on Cruise Critic and in a lot of different chats around the webs as far as for kids, especially this kind of class of ship on Norwegian.
You can't miss a Norwegian ship just from the paint jobs on them. They stand out.
The hull is definitely colorful. And a lot of families do enjoy Norwegian because of their, freestyle type dining. A lot of other cruise lines have kind of taken a piece of that from Norwegian and done like my time dining or, dine as you want. Well, with Norwegian, you can kind of come and go and do whatever you want, when you want, eat where you want. There's no real like fancy night or formal night. Some of the specialty dining does have a more formal dress code, but most of the time not. And a lot of times with Norwegian, you will get promos that will give you some specialty dining at, for free or included in your price. So definitely be sure to check the promos if you're interested in doing Norwegian cruises.
We have not done Norwegian, but the go-karts sound really fun, and laser tag, that sounds amazing. I'd be open for giving these a shot for sure.
Yes, it is definitely on the list. I have kind of a vision board of cruises that I want to plan, and our next couple of years are kind of set. But definitely, if we have any more time to squeeze some things in here and there, this is definitely on the top of the list. And it might
Norwegian's normally pretty good price normally.
Yeah, normally they have really good prices. There's a lot of things that people like about them, and some people love the freestyle of it. Some people, like the more traditional, structured dining. I don't think I'd have an issue either way because we have done both my time dining or anytime dining and structured dining. So.
Well, you're on a cruise ship. You can always find something to eat. I mean,
you sure can. You sure can. So, we might not go on Joy per se. It might be one of the other ships, but, whatever's closest to a port near us when we get
absolutely.
Time. Yes.
So number 5 on your list, the Norwegian Joy.
Yes.
All right. We're moving on down the list now. We're going to go on to number
4.
4. Yeah, 4.
Carnival Mardi Gras.
Carnival Mardi Gras. I have seen this ship, and it is beautiful. It stands out way different than most of the Carnival ships.
Yes, I don't think it was surprise at all to anyone that Mardi Gras was going to be on this list. So, we have been in port with this ship, definitely.
It has a very unique look. Sticks out from the other Carnival ships. Big ship. A very big ship.
I think they're let me get my words right. I think most Carnival ships are going to this kind of hull design. As they dry dock and refurb, they are going to be painted this way. And definitely all of the new ships that come out will look this way.
They
Now-
needed to. They were looking a little dated.
Yes.
A lot of the Carnival ships.
Now, Mardi Gras is part of an Excel class. So it's a new class. It's the largest class of ship that Carnival operates. So you've got the Mardi Gras, the new Celebration, and the Jubilee, who has yet to have its maiden voyage, coming later this year, definitely.
Now, is this, I may be wrong, is this the one with the roller coaster?
Yes, that's part of its claim to fame for families, is it does have the Bolt roller coaster at sea, which looks absolutely fantastic.
The first ever roller coaster at sea.
Yes. Now there is a small fee to ride this and to partake, but it's minimal compared to the amount of thrills that you're going to have on this. So take advantage of it.
Get your cruise and theme park all together.
Yes. They also have waterworks, which usually includes a splash area for the kids, as well as water slides and different types of water slides for all ages. Even adults can partake. I remember our Carnival cruises of many. We've slid a mini water slide. That was kind of before the Royal Caribbean ships came with water slides, and Carnival definitely seemed like the first to have those readily available on their ships. There's also ropes courses available on
Pretty
the
much
ship.
everything a kid would want to be entertained.
Yes. And their kids clubs are second to none. If you have time, please go online and look at some of the pictures and the videos. I mean, just endless things for them to do. There's little mocktail bars in there for them. And, of course, you've still got video games, but they've also got spaces for them to like sit in porthole windows and read, and they can plug in their devices and listen to music or, whatever they want to do. And one thing I should also say is Carnival's main kids club does start at age 2. So where most of kids clubs across the other fleets start at age 3, Carnival's does start at age 2, but they do not typically have nurseries on board.
Okay, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
We have been on Carnival ships and all. I've enjoyed those.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yes, it has been a while, but again, it's on our little board, our vision board. Upcoming, we'll have lots of things going on.
But if you're looking for ways to entertain your kids, it's hard to beat a roller coaster.
Yeah, a roller coaster,
Maybe
at sea?
go-karts.
I mean, it's pretty amazing.
So yeah, I mean, roller coasters, ropes courses, video games. What more could a kid want?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's so much going on.
The number 4 on your list is the Carnival Mardi Gras, which is also the newest Carnival ship, I believe, isn't it?
No, actually, the Celebration is the newest.
Gotcha.
And
But it's the
they've
same
got-
class.
Same class.
Okay.
And they've got Jubilee is coming soon.
Okay. So we're moving on. Number 4 was Carnival Mardi Gras.
Yes.
Moving on to number 3, we're going back to Royal Caribbean.
Yes, we are. And I don't have a picture of it, but we'll talk about it. It's the Wonder of the Seas.
Wonder of the Seas. That's
Yes.
an Oasis class ship.
That is the newest currently sailing ship that Royal Caribbean has. It is the Oasis class ship. It is currently the largest ship afloat at sea.
And what separates the Wonder from the Oasis Allure?
Well, there's a couple of things. They've got some amplified dining choices for most. That's mostly for adults, but for families, they've got wonderful playscapes. In the back of the ship, they've replaced one of the flow riders with an amazing playscape that's wonderful for kids, young kids, and even toddlers, and maybe up to age 6 or 7. My 10-year-old would probably still want to play on it too, because she kind of loves that kind of stuff.
She calls them moon muffins.
The moon, yeah. But this is like a almost like an undersea corally barrier reef playscape where there are little slides and little things to climb in and out of, and So yeah, it just looks pretty amazing.
No moon muffins?
No moon muffins here.
Oh, she will be upset.
But and then on the boardwalk as well, you've got the carousel, which is open daily. And then there are some play on structures there on the boardwalk as well. So if you're taking a part in the aqua theater, which is back there on the boardwalk, your kids can play and run amok all around the structures there on the boardwalk as well.
So, and Royal Caribbean definitely is geared towards families.
Yes,
more
they
so
are.
than any other cruise line.
They have,
Some of the others are trying to get into that market more and more with the Norwegian Joy and the Mardi Gras and some of those. They're trying to get a piece of that market.
yes.
But Royal Caribbean has been heavily focused on that market for years.
They have. They have 3 large water slides on this ship. I believe you have to be about 48 inches to partake in those. But then also on the main pool deck, you have Splashaway Bay. And that's going to have 2 smaller slides for the, younger kiddos. And one thing that Royal does that not a lot of other ships or cruise lines do is they have a dedicated area for kids in diapers. So, a lot of people have a misconception and they don't know this when they go on the ship. If you have a kid that's not potty trained, you can't use the pools at all. Not even in like little swimmers, the swim diapers, you can't use them on the ship. It's a Coast Guard maritime law. And so the way Royal Caribbean got around this is they created a separate space with separate filtration. So that has, its own different pool of water, its own filtration, everything, so that they can get away and have our own space for kiddos, something for them to enjoy.
Well, yeah, we ran into that firsthand when our kid was little. We weren't aware of that either. And
yes, and we had to avoid some of the areas just because we didn't know what and
you don't know what you don't know.
Really, I mean, unless you heavily investigate it before, and there are so many avenues to find out information now that there weren't back then.
Like travel agents.
Yeah, of course.
This is, again, something that a travel agent could inform you on.
Yes, because if I see that you have a little one, booked in your cabin, I'm gonna tell you ahead of time, hey, maybe this ship is not quite what you need. Let's look at another ship, or whatever, just to give you the best possible experience, because it can be really miserable when you're going on a ship with say 4 kids and one of them can't go into the water. You're gonna be how are you going to keep the other 3 out of the water? You're not. You're going to have to keep the other one entertained. And then that usually means splitting your party up and one person stays inside. And I mean, it can just be avoided. So,
and that was last week's episode. So let's move on.
Right.
All right. So that was number 3 on your list.
Yes. Was the Wonder of the Seas. Highly, highly recommend that ship. There's just so many things to do on that one.
All right. So far we have had the Odyssey of the Seas at number 6, Norwegian at number 5, Norwegian Joy at number 5, the Carnival Mardi Gras at number 4, and the Wonder of the Seas at number 3. So number 2 on our list, where are we going now?
Well, this one really needs no introduction. And you could put any ship from this cruise line up here. So without further ado, boom.
Of course. There had to be a Disney ship. When you're talking about cruise ships for families, there absolutely has to be a Disney ship on that list. And which better one than the Wish?
Yes, I had to go with the newest, brightest tool in the toolbox for this, just because it's beautiful. I've not personally went on it, but I've watched countless hours
very soon.
of YouTube videos and pictures and read, done training on it. And it's beautiful. The staterooms have kind of been redone just a little bit with the theming. Some of them are a bit larger, which is nice. And, Disney, they do a great thing anyway with their split bathrooms where you have one bathroom with a toilet and a sink, and another bathroom with a sink and a tub, and
which is important if you have children.
You have children, and
you will recognize
you're trying to fit 4 or 5 people into one tiny cruise ship bathroom.
You will appreciate this.
You will definitely appreciate.
But Disney typically has a history of just doing things well.
Yes. And really the only reason I haven't ranked Disney number 1, because you would think cruise ships, families, Disney's got to be number 1, is because it is at a higher price point. And a lot of people, struggle to afford a Disney cruise.
Especially if you have multiple children.
Yes. Because you have to think even your little ones, even your infants 6 months and older are going to have to pay cruise fare to go on these ships. And so that sometimes is like, wow, I have to pay for a 6-month-old that doesn't eat anything. Yeah, you still have to pay for them.
You do get free soft drinks on Disney where you don't on some of the others.
Yes, soft drinks are included. But Disney does have some, smaller pool areas compared to some other,
which is surprising.
Which is, kind of surprising, but they do have, the Wish has the Aqua Mouse, I think, the water coaster, which is like a raft ride, which looks amazing. But really, you could put the Fantasy, the Dream, the Wonder. You could put any of those, the Magic, any of them in here.
Well, of course, Disney's going to be geared towards families as well. Right. No casinos on any Disney ship, which is kind of disappointing for the dad. I'm a little upset by that.
Well, you'll get over it. We'll go to tequila tasting.
They do have, but no casinos. So.
Yes. And Disney does still have kids clubs, and their Oceaneers Lounge Lab, or whatever they call it now, is amazing. There are so many things for them to do.
Of course, after I pay for a Disney cruise, I don't have any money left to gamble anyway.
But their kids clubs typically go from 3 to 12. They do have a nursery on board as well. And they have teen areas as, also. So the teens have their separate things to do. And everything just looks spectacular on this ship.
And as always, the food. Disney is known for having some of the best food.
Yes, they do have you do like rotational dining on Disney. So typically there's 3 restaurants that you can partake in, and it's predetermined before you cruise as to what you'll do each night, but your wait staff will rotate with you, so you'll have the same wait staff, which is really cool. But they have an Arendelle themed dinner, which is pretty cool, where Elsa and Anna and Kristoff and Olaf are all joining you. They've also got a Marvel themed dinner, which is pretty cool. So definitely a lot going on here.
So number 2 on the list, kind of a surprise to me. I actually thought this would be, number 1. So I'm honestly, I don't know where we're going with number 1.
You really don't? You haven't figured this out?
Well, no, I figured Disney Wish would be number 1. I'm actually kind of confused what beats a Disney Wish for families.
Like I said, there it is. Boom.
Oh, there you go.
This is my countdown.
We don't know this yet. It hasn't sailed.
It hasn't sailed, but I had to put it on here for families because this has been billed as the icon of family vacations. When you're watching any of the marketing for Icon of the Seas, that's how they bill it. They bill it as the iconic family vacation. So I had to go with that.
The digital renderings do look fabulous.
They do. There's so many things to see and do and look forward to on this cruise ship.
Surprised that it's at number 1, though, being that it hasn't actually sailed yet. But by the way, we are on the inaugural sailing. Again, repeating that. Very excited. Very excited. So we will know firsthand if it deserves to be at number 1.
I had to put this number 1 just because of the sheer amount of things for families on here. Compared to all the other ships, there's not the same amount of stuff if you combine everything. We've got a whole neighborhood, a whole deck just for families. We've got a buffet just for families. We've got a bar that serves a mocktail and a cocktail at the same time. So the kids can walk up and get a Shirley Temple or, a virgin pina colada if they want. I mean, it's right there.
And the restaurant there does have a food menu for both kids and for adults.
Yes, there's a walk up there. Restaurant. There's also Pier 7 that's going to have brunch. I mean, there's just so many things. The carousel's still there. There's going to be water shows and ice shows and.
All right, so number one icon of this. I'll give you a number one ranking on it. A disputed,
yes,
number one ranking. It can't be undisputed till it sells, but if it lives up to the hype, it will definitely earn that number one ranking.
Yes, we got six water slides on the ship. You still got the splash away bay for the younger kids. You got the baby bay for the babies.
The flow rider.
Flow rider's still there. I mean,
putt.
Yes,
basketball.
Yep, putt, ping pong,
wall climbing.
There's all kinds of stuff. I mean,
and the kids clubs again.
There's gonna be, things that we don't get to see just because I don't know how we're gonna be able to see it all in a week. I have to wear my roller skates to get all this, take it all in.
This has been the talk of everything in the cruise industry for the last year.
Yes, we knew
icon of the seas.
We knew that we had to get on this inaugural sailing because, it's unlike any other vacation we've ever had or any cruise ship we've ever taken. It's also our daughter's 11th birthday, the day it sails. So we felt like it was calling us to come visit, give me your money.
But it's not just us. Everybody has talked about this cruise ship for the last year. There's been more buzz about it than anything that I can remember in recent memory.
Yes, it's very similar to the buzz around the Oasis class when it first came out back in 2006, 7, somewhere in there. I remember when it first came over, I watched the video webcam at Port Miami where it was coming in and it had the tugboats were shooting the water and it had the fanfare and it was just pretty cool to watch.
Fantastic. So Icon of the Seas is number one on that list.
Yes. For now, I mean, we can revisit this next year and see what happens.
Well, also, while we're on the topic of Icon of the Seas, don't forget to listen to our other podcast, Building an Icon. It launched the first episode.
That went a little fast.
Building an Icon did launch the first episode, so don't forget to listen to it.
Yes. We're going to try to do that ever so often, kind of a countdown to our inaugural sailing on Icon, just to give you kind of a backstory of where we started, where it started, and where it is at present, and all the things that it's going to have. So if you're really interested, definitely check out that series for some, behind the scenes insider stuff about Icon.
To recap the list, at number 6, you had Odyssey of the Seas.
Yes.
Number 5, Norwegian Joy. Number 3, Carnival Mardi Gras.
Yes.
Number
3 was Wonder. Number 4 was Carnival Mardi Gras.
There we go. Okay. Number 2, Disney Wish. And number 1, the yet to sail Icon of the Seas is already the number one ship.
Already the number one ship for families.
All right. So, Robin, do we have a deal this week for anybody out there?
Oh, yes, we have a deal.
Okay, let's go to the deal of the week.
It's time for the deal.
All right, Robin, what do we have this week for the people out there?
Well, I've actually got 2 deals for you this week because I couldn't choose just one.
Do we need to change it to deals?
I know. I get so caught up in these cheap prices, and I wish I could book them all for myself because they're such an amazing deal.
Okay, so what is the deals of the week?
The deals of the week are actually... Number 1 is a Carnival Conquest deal, which is still an excellent ship, one of Carnival's older ships, but still a fantastic ship. Good for families and adults alike. This one is sailing out of Miami, doing a Bahamian cruise for 4 nights, leaving October the 7th, 2024. So this is next year, which, reminder, all you need is a deposit for these cruises, and you can make payments over time. You just have to be paid off in full 90 days before you sail. And all is good. So take advantage of that. I can set up a payment arrangement for you, or you can pay at your leisure. But this cruise goes to the Princess Keys, which is Princess's private island. But since Carnival kind of parent company, runs with Princess too, they can use their island as well. And to Nassau, a cabin for 4 is $1,264.80. That's $1,264.80
For a family of 4.
for a family of 4.
How do you beat that deal?
I don't know, because you consider all your foods included, your basic beverages, your entertainment, kids club, all that is included in this price.
You cannot rent a hotel at a beach anymore
No,
for $1,264.
and then you've got to eat on top of that. And
Yeah.
entertain everybody. So cruising is really a spectacular deal.
It is an excellent value for the money.
And I'm finding a lot of these, year off cruises are at a big discount because not a lot of people are booking those right now. So if you really want to think ahead to some of your vacation time, it's really a good idea to plan ahead and get some of these sailings booked. So you ready for the second one? It's even better.
Okay, give me the second one.
Okay. So this one, we're jumping on Royal Caribbean's Brilliance of the
Ooh,
Seas.
Brilliance.
Yes. This is a 6-night Pacific coastal cruise. So you're going to start in Vancouver, British Columbia, and you are going to sail to Victoria, British Columbia, San Francisco, Catalina Island, and Los Angeles before returning to Vancouver. This is for a family of 4. This is sailing September 22 of next year, 2024. Family of 4, $1,459
For a 6-night cruise.
for a 6-night cruise, $1,459.
That's
Let's go right now.
yeah. Brilliance is a fantastic ship.
We've been on Brilliance, and it is one of Royal's smaller ships, but it still has all the amenities, all the kids clubs. It's got a water slide. It's got a little play area,
Absolutely
For the littles.
loved this ship.
good sized pools, excellent food. Yes.
Beautiful ship. I had a great time on Brilliance.
Yes, and it's one of Royal ships that has the more traditional like Centrum, where you've got the elevators going up and they have gatherings and bands and all kinds of stuff. So we really love Brilliance.
$1,459.
For 6 nights.
6 nights. That's
Yes.
a no-brainer.
Yes.
That's a no-brainer. I mean,
And the Pacific Coast is an excellent way to see, parts of that you, especially if you're from the East Coast, don't get over there very often, or you can't get over there very often to see some of these cities like San Francisco and see the Golden Gate Bridge and Alcatraz and, LA. You could take one of those hop on, hop off buses in LA and see the city. I mean, because I definitely don't want to drive in LA myself, but I would do that tour.
but if you can travel in September of next year, this is a fantastic deal. So hop on over to oceaneerstravel.com and
Leave us your info. I've got a
Book
contact
this
info,
today.
and we'll get you booked on it.
book this today.
Do it now.
All right. Last week we did have a trivia question. We did a little bit different last week. I did the trivia.
Yes. So why don't you recap it, Charles? Why don't you tell us what that trivia question was?
All right. I will tell you that we only had 3 people get this right.
Well, I'm not surprised.
So it was kind of a hard one.
It was a hard one.
So my trivia question was not multiple choice. It was actually a write-in. The question was, how did the term knots come to be in determining nautical speed?
It was a naughty question.
It was a naughty
Ooh.
question. The way that this came about is back in the olden days
The olden days.
when I was a kid.
Ancient.
They would have a board with holes in it and a weight attached to it, and they would throw it in the water, and that board would move down the rope, and however many knots it moved down the board in a certain amount of time is how they determined how fast they were going. So it became knots. So if there were 7 knots, you were moving 7 knots.
7 knots. Okay.
That's how the term came to be. Obviously, they don't throw a rope in the water anymore,
Thank goodness.
but back when it was wind powered, that is how they determined the speed of a ship, by how many knots moved through the board.
Very cool.
Dun dun dun.
I did not know that, and
The-
I
the-
had to be educated.
The very sad thing is I still got my own trivia question wrong. Just because you won't give me credit for any of it.
Right.
So
no.
I'm still
I can't give credit.
So I do not have a trivia question this week. I'm throwing it back to you.
I do. I actually have a pretty good one.
All right,
So
well,
here we go.
Let's go to trivia.
It's time for trivia at Ocean Ears. Trivia. Trivia. It's time for trivia. Wow.
I will never get used to that.
It's time for
Oh no, don't do it again. All right, this week's trivia question is also a write-in. Because I felt like if I gave you multiple choice, you would just get it by powers of deduction. It just wouldn't be, it was too easy. So I want you to write this one in because it'll make you think a little bit more. All right, this is cruising trivia. Royal Caribbean Incorporated, their first ship only held 700 passengers.
That's a lifeboat now.
What was its name?
The Sea of the Seas.
Sea of the Seas.
The ocean boat.
The ocean boat. Yes. So if you think about it now,
Did I get that right?
No.
Still not right.
Royal Caribbean ships today can carry upwards of 7,000 passengers at double occupancy or full occupancy. And their first ship
Was the
only
ocean
carried
boat.
700 passengers. So I'd like you to go to the comments of this podcast or even the comments below if you're watching on YouTube and tell me what was the name of Royal Caribbean's first ship?
Ocean boat.
Ocean boat. Ocean of the Seas.
No, it was just ocean boat.
Oh, ship.
It was
Ship.
It was ocean boat.
Oh, ship.
Nah, nobody believes me.
Holy ship.
Holy shit.
Holy ship. There we go.
So anyway, make sure you go and answer the trivia question on YouTube or on the podcast webpage.
Yes.
We will have the results for you next week.
Yeah. Find me on socials. You can find all of my socials are Oceaneers Travel. So you can come over there and holler at me and let me know what you think.
Don't forget to like this video.
Please.
Subscribe.
Please.
Also, Spotify, Apple, leave a review, 5 stars.
Please.
Subscribe. We enjoy
Yes.
doing this very much. This is the first video edition. Maybe a little rough. It'll get better. Stick with us. We're trying to figure some things out.
Yes. We have fun, friends. So do you have anything else, Caribbean Chuck?
I do not have anything this week. I'm ready for dinner.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Until next time, friends, we'll see you. Bye. This has been Oceaneers, the podcast. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. Visit us on our socials at Oceaneers Travel and on the web at oceaneerstravel.com. Until next time, friends, it's been magical.